This is my friend. She's gonna go by the Natural Mama.
Hi.
So, I can say your name?
Yeah.
And this is Jessica. And today I wanted to interview her.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh,
Kid in the way. Come here, baby.
I should probably change my shirt. This is like the thing I've been wearing like every
every
I wear
episode.
like a white tank top all the time. So today I wanted to interview her because she's a breastfeeding mommy too, and she has a toddler that she breastfeeds still as well.
Yes.
So I think it's wonderful. And there was a time when I had just had surgery, and she breastfed my baby for me when we were at a get together when I couldn't breastfeed the baby, and she was very fussy, and I was crying because I couldn't breastfeed my baby, and she was so nice, and she did. And as long as you know that your friend is you know, drug-free and alcohol-free and everything else, it is safe to breastfeed your friend's baby.
And that you trust them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You have to have the trust, right? So we're just gonna breastfeed for you, and I'm gonna interview her while we're breastfeeding our babies, because it's about time to eat.
Doing what we do natural and doing what we do best. Come on, baby. You want some milk? Look at
Time to eat.
Look at the camera.
To eat. Here, you want to eat some?
Do
There you go.
You want
You want milk too? Are you gonna drink?
Yeah. He said, oh, it's a milk party.
It's a milk party. So I wanted to ask you what it was like breastfeeding my baby for me. Was it weird?
He's not gonna breastfeed right now. Sorry, you guys. Honestly, the experience was very unique because I feel like I mean, how old were they?
She was I think she was like 6 months.
She was 6 months, and then he was probably about maybe a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't breastfeeding. I have a 2-year-old. He wasn't breastfeeding as strong. His suction wasn't as strong. So after breastfeeding her, I feel like this boob just got a lot faster. Got a lot faster.
Oh,
I can't even talk. It
made
got a
more
lot
milk.
bigger. I have a
She made
migraine.
more
I'm
milk for
sorry.
you? She
I
made
can't
more
think.
milk for you?
Yeah, she made. Remember, I sent you the video, the
That's
picture
right.
of the milk, right? That it leaked through my shirt.
Oh, that's
Remember?
right. Oh
right?
my gosh.
And I was like, wow, this one, it was just.
So you were back to the newborn breastfeeding again.
Yeah, and
because
it
she
was just
so
really,
young.
it was just really strange for me because it was like this breast was normal leaking, but the experience was
interesting.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was interesting. I was like, oh my god.
I know, because I didn't have enough milk stored at the party. Like, I had plenty of freezer stash at home.
Yeah.
And when I couldn't go all the way home, we were an hour away, and the baby was hungry
right then and there.
And she was only on breast milk. She was not on solids at the time, and so we didn't know what to do. She wouldn't drink regular milk, and you're not supposed to give your baby regular milk before.
Yeah. And the crazy thing, I was late to the party, so I probably wouldn't even. It's kind of crazy that I even showed up there because I was really late anyways. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
Right?
It
So
was like meant to be.
It was meant to be. So obviously anything.
Divine intervention.
Yes. And we've known each other for what? It's been what?
Gosh, 10, 12 years. Something crazy.
It's been a very, very long time.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know, really crazy.
And what I love about her, and the reason I trust her so much, is she's all natural, everything, and that's why I really want her to do a YouTube channel, is because she can teach you guys all about the natural things to use while you're pregnant, all the natural ingredients of different products that she's used throughout her pregnancy and her breastfeeding journey, things that, you know, you can teach them about all sorts of things, what it does to the baby if you use certain kinds by your eye.
Ooh, oopsie.
All gone.
Love you.
And this is Mikey.
This is Mikey. Obviously, when you're pregnant or wanting to expect or even breastfeeding, you don't want to put harmful chemicals into your body because you know that it would reach your baby. Yeah, Gecko Bill. One thing that I would recommend is obviously drinking at least a gallon of water a day.
I'm thirsty
if you can get up, if you can get up a little bit more than a gallon, then that would be preferably, because you have to think you have a baby that's taking all of your liquids out. So you need to drink for you and then also drink for the baby. Okay, Mikey, go at Bruh. Josiah, can you get your brother, please?
He's like, it's not sleeping time. He usually breastfeeds during nap time, right?
Yeah.
And it's nap time now, but he's so excited hanging out with my daughters.
Exactly. He sees toys and he just wants to play. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is deodorant and lotions and oils and certain things that you put on your body. Your skin it sucks up so much, and what you put on your skin goes into your body a lot faster than a lot of bloodstream. So you have to think like deodorants are not really, if they have what is it, aluminum in them?
Oh,
I
yes,
think it's aluminum.
I use a deodorant with aluminum or
Yeah.
something. I know it's not good.
And you have to think
it causes breast cancer too or
it
something.
does, yeah, it causes cysts, and it causes your lymph nodes to get swollen and sore. So if you notice your lymph nodes getting swollen, find those little bumps in those.
I didn't use anything while I was pregnant.
Yeah, we were funky. I was funky,
but,
proudly.
I mean, you know, when you're vegetarian and stuff, and you don't
really
stink
stink that. You don't really stink that much.
Yeah,
That's kind of funny there, but yeah, you don't stink that much. But anyway, hi.
Are you gonna drink boob?
Are you gonna drink some milky? You want milk?
Some milk? Mommy's milk?
Boobies? You want milk?
He's like, I don't know.
You want milk?
Yeah. I think we're making it up. He doesn't nurse anymore.
No, I'm pretty full.
The thing is, he is the same age as my daughter a day before her birthday. He was born.
We were pregnant at the same time.
That's
so
so
it's kind of
crazy,
crazy, right?
I know.
And right around that time, that's when we kind of reconnected.
It's nice to be good
yeah,
like
exactly.
babies that are the same age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if you want to eat some more or what.
Goes straight into you, into your baby's milk.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Oh, into the milk,
into
too?
the milk, yeah.
From from the actual deodorant.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
no,
the
this is
aluminum and the
something that
chemicals.
I'm learning today.
Yeah, so the chemicals
What
that you
can it do to the baby? Like, because I know about BHT, and that's, I have to be careful because, you know, you buy cereal. If you look at the box, the BHT can actually mess with the chemicals in the brain for the baby's growing brain.
Exactly.
And like certain brands have that BHT, not now the two, but you got to be careful and read your labels.
Effect because you have to think it's going into their head, their brains, especially when they're developing. Obviously, if you breastfeed like after 3, it's very unusual, but some women do it. Your baby's brain is not really developing like it is in the early stages. So obviously, I wouldn't recommend having any chemicals like that when in your body, period, breastfeeding or not. You should look into different options. So another option is what I found is coconut oil. So coconut oil right when you get out of the shower. If you're already
would be weird though.
well,
Wouldn't
I
it
don't
make you
do
sweat more.
For me it doesn't, and I'm a sweater.
See, I am
I'm
too.
a sweater. I'm a sweater.
I'm like
I sweat.
Speaking right now, I'm like wet right here. I'm all wet.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing deodorant right now. But
yeah,
oh,
you want to go play, don't you?
You want to go play? Right? You can't release children. Some women choose not to do that. Hey, you know, different things work for different people.
Different strokes for different
folks. That's what I was
saying.
But yeah, another thing that I wanted to say is coconut oil. What it does, you want to do it right when you get out of the shower. So right before you sweat, because if I'm already sweating, it's not really
milk. And she was like, yes. Oh my
right?
gosh. Yes.
Well, so when I did breastfeed,
that's all right.
When I did breastfeed, I remember her like getting really excited because she could smell it. It's
milk,
kind of crazy how they can smell the breast milk, right?
She's here.
Okay, he's jealous.
Scoot over, just don't step in front of the camera. Let's see, maybe he'll nurse now. You want to nurse now?
You want to come with mommy now? Look now, he's looking. Yeah.
You're gonna share a boob with the baby?
No,
he's gonna share one with the baby? No, I mean just to get him. Right.
Yeah, he's jealous.
He's jealous. Well, see, that's what happened. That's what I wanted to talk about with her. She gets jealous.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's good. She gets jealous over the baby too, and that's why she started nursing again.
Really?
She went back to nursing because she actually stopped nursing when she was 3 months. Wow. And then the minute the baby came along, she was about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
She went right back to nursing. She, my boob. She always wanted, you know, to nurse as well. Yeah. So.
Wow, that's he's never gotten jealous. I was like, what is he doing? Josiah, get out of the.
It's okay.
No.
Yeah, he can say hi. It's all good.
He wants his own YouTube channel too, so that's why.
Do you want a YouTube channel? Here, let's come here. I'll introduce you if that's okay with your mom.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And this is Superhero.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. My stepson's big into that.
Really?
Fortnite
Yeah.
thing.
It's a boy thing.
Yeah, it was weird, like that. So this is the thing we can talk about as well, the jealousy thing.
Yeah.
He's a breastfeeding boy, toddler, and he saw the baby on the lap of the mom and got jealous just like my 2-year-old did. And then the comfort, this is like, oh, this is my mommy. This is where I get my milk. So that's a good thing. But that's something to watch out for if you have 2 kids, or even if you're, you know, babysitting a kid in your breast.
But yeah, another thing I wanted to bring up about the natural
I would love to hear about the products and things.
Yeah. Did I mention the lime?
No,
So what you do is you cut a lime, and you can put that on your armpits, and that actually stops you from smelling as well. That's like a natural
acid,
exactly. It's like a natural deodorant.
Well, that's why they use it in different cleaning products.
Exactly.
As well, the natural.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
So you can
good.
do that. So if you don't want to, let's say some people break out with coconut oil. Like if I use coconut oil on my face, I'll break out really bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I do, I can't use it. So if someone's like that and they're afraid to breaking out under here, then just use the limes, and it actually stops you from breaking out. It's actually a little bit stronger than the coconut oil, but the coconut oil is a little bit lighter. Some people may not like the smell of lime, so I mean,
I have a question about. I love lime.
Yeah.
I have a question about the coconut oil though. Like they tell you to ingest coconut oil. It's supposed to be good for you, but I get nauseous. I get sick. I feel like maybe I have a slight allergy to the coconut oil. Like I'll even eat popcorn made with. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Popcorn with coconut oil. Yes, and it makes me feel sick after I eat the popcorn. You know, like the movie Popcorn has it's cooked with
you
the
probably
coconut
have,
oil.
yeah, you
think
probably
I have
have
an
a slight
allergy
allergen to it.
Yeah, or like a sensitivity to it maybe.
But
I can't. Like they tell you to brush your teeth. I'm like,
yeah, brushing your teeth.
Oil?
Yeah, you can brush your teeth with coconut oil too. That's another natural thing. Even down to the toothpaste you use. So I use an all natural toothpaste. One that has no fluoride.
So do I.
Okay, yeah, because you understand the harmful things that are
and you can
in
use like
fluoride.
baking soda and peroxide mixed together if you want to whiten your teeth as well. And also, it's a good what do you call it? Plaque. Gets the plaque off as well.
Gets the plaque out. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. It's good to know.
Another thing is
you can play with that one. He can play with that. Yeah, you can take that down and play with it. It's fine. Just don't rip the little pieces out.
Go over there on the ground.
Oh, she's jealous too. Look at her. She's like, get away from my mommy. Look, she's like,
Mommy, look. Look, my
you're jealous too. Are you jelly? Are you jelly? Are you kids jelly, huh?
Oh,
I just love you.
So
this is awesome. So what can we expect on your channel? Like, what are you going to tell us about? Like, what kinds of things are you going to teach us?
More
and of course, breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding
obviously.
and like natural products. I'm really into the natural things, making things yourself, if you can.
Oh, I would love to learn that too. I'll be your first subscriber.
Yeah, buying things. Yeah, exactly.
I want to get her 1,000 subscribers right away, guys. Please, if you can help my friend out too, because we would love to get her monetized so that she can start supporting her family as well and maybe get a Patreon page. So this is why we're doing this too. And she's just a really good friend of mine. So, I think that you have a lot to offer to mommies and families.
There's a lot of knowledge that
I
know that I have. So my oldest has sickle cell. So
what is sickle cell?
So sickle cell anemia is a blood disorder. So
oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So
Are you okay? What's your head, Mom? What's your head, babe? I always say mama to my kids, so I'm like calling him mama.
Yeah, look, now he wants to talk.
Yeah, so let's see. What is it?
So technically he's supposed to have the worst kind of sickle cell. So what sickle cell is, it's a blood disorder. So if you have to think the blood cells, right? They're circles, right?
Okay.
So what his body and what his blood cells do is they'll, like if he's stressed, if he goes from hot to cold water really fast or cold to hot water, if he changes temperatures really fast, if he doesn't drink enough water, and if he doesn't take care of himself.
You use the little syringe to give him water as well.
Yeah.
I've
Well, no,
noticed
him.
Oh,
his sickle cell.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. That's why he's here
You
now.
have to tell us what that's like for you.
It's actually fine.
So it's okay.
And I'll tell you why it's.
too much.
I'll tell you why it's fine, because of the natural regimen that I put him on.
And I never had a sickle cell crisis before.
Which is really unheard of. Yeah. It's really
So
unheard of.
so we want to hear, what is a sickle cell crisis?
So let's say the cell, the blood cell is a circle. So when his body is having a crisis, it will kind of go to like a C. So it gets hard. So basically, you have to think your cells. They're nice and squishy, and they're circles. So they can easily go through your veins and into your arteries and travel right through your body. But when you're having a sickle cell crisis, it hardens up and it turns into like this shape. So it goes from a circle to like this shape, and it's really weird. And then it kind of blocks you. So a lot of people have a
can block
low.
arteries,
It can block arteries.
Oh,
it
how
can,
terrifying.
Yeah. So
Okay, that's terrifying.
yeah. So
well, we're glad your mom takes good care of you because you look in great shape.
yeah,
That's
back in
great.
the day, what they told me, the doctor says back in the day, basically, if a child had sickle cell, they would basically tell the parents, like, enjoy your kid while you can because they're not going to last that long.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah. So,
That's so scary.
it's very scary. Even the medicines that the doctor recommends, he mentioned in a side effect that can possibly happen was leukemia, and I said, well, I'm not giving that to my son. In the longevity of things, I don't want him get leukemia, and then I know it's because I gave him this medicine, and then I would never be able to live with myself.
Right.
So
whatever you're doing, like, what is it that you do to take care of this? Because whatever you're doing is obviously working.
Tons of water.
Okay.
I cannot stress this enough. Alkaline water is the best water that you can have. Alkaline water is
we drink that.
So I would not do tap water unless you have a built-in system. Purified water is good, but alkaline is the best. Natural spring water is alkaline water. If something has if it's like, sometimes they can have what is it called, not natural alkaline water, because they put things in them.
Things.
Yeah, synthetic things. So what you want natural spring water. That's 100%. So that
I
you
didn't
know that
the natural spring water was alkaline.
Yes.
Do they have to actually make it alkaline, or
no, it's just naturally
alkaline?
if anything
So
has to be
spring water.
made if anything has to be made alkaline, it's not. It's artificial. So it's
Well,
not.
what questions you want me to ask you and stuff? That would be fun.
He said okay.
Yeah, we should.
What was I saying? So water is the number one thing. You want to make sure that your child is hydrated. He has a hard time staying accountable with his water. So what I do is I have to, stay in connection with his teacher at school, make sure that they're keeping an eye on him, making sure that he's not pouring out the water, because he knows that he'll get in trouble if he comes back. I always make sure he brings his water bottles, his empty ones, back home, so I know that he drank them. So stay on your child about water. And this is also just for breastfeeding or any kind of sickness or anything that your child will have. When they're hydrated, basically flushes their system. So stay hydrated. That's the best thing I can say. Another thing is vitamins. So you want to make sure, Josiah, don't do that, please. So let me talk about the medication that I did put him on. They're saying no.
Yes.
Okay, excuse me. All right.
Baby toys.
Yeah, baby toys.
There's lots of toys. Yeah.
So what I do is I buy his natural medication from Healing Blends Global. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, sickle cell anemia, they target mainly those three things. And it's a natural herbal supplement. So their supplements are from generations. So the man that created Healing Blend Global, these are basically family secrets that he started to create and to help others.
Oh, that's incredible. This is good stuff.
Yeah. So I give him.
So what if you're pre-diabetes? Like, you can take these things as well, and they can help you from getting full-blown diabetes.
Exactly,
or?
and it just completely helps stop it. Another thing, if you're pre-diabetic, another thing that you can do is make this special drink. So
I did have gestational diabetes with her.
Wow.
But I haven't been tested to see if it, lingered, but my blood sugar seems to be okay. So that's something we can do a video about as well.
Yeah, but still you want to kind of maintain it at where it's at, right?
And
so
weight loss is a big deal. And Hey,
Well,
did you notice that you gain a little weight the less the baby breastfeeds?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like I stopped pumping and I started gaining weight. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta check my diet. This is ridiculous because I overeat a lot. Like even just healthy food, I like to eat more than I should.
Yeah. Well, because also you're not just feeding for yourself. Like
this is
your
true.
Your milk, everything that creates milk comes from everything that you're putting in your body: food, water, drink fluids, everything, vitamins. So you kind of have to eat more so that they get the most nutrition out of their diet.
We need to check on your food. Speaking of food.
Yeah.
Commercial
We'll
break.
be back.
Hello everyone, this is the famous mommy. I really hope that you learned something in this episode today with my friend about sickle cell anemia and diabetes, pre-diabetes. We spoke about natural deodorant and a bunch of other things in this episode. I really hope you learned something today. I'm always willing to teach, and I always want everyone to learn wonderful things about breastfeeding and all that goes with it. Hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching The Famous Mommy. I hope that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And